Hey, good morning. Reggie P. Gees here, prosperingdad.com. Wanted to drop this live real quick. I wanted to share some things with you this morning, something that I've been thinking about since I got up today. And as always, if you're watching me on YouTube, we're now here on Facebook Live. So indulge me as people come on, as I acknowledge them in real time. As you come on, just drop in the comments, let me know where you're viewing me from. But as you can see in the description, we're going to talk about what do you do when you don't feel like it? I got good news and I got bad news. What do we do when we don't feel like it? Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever just quit on something? Have you ever just gave up on something? We all have. If I had just $1 for every time I thought about quitting, wanted to quit, did quit, I'd be wealthy right now. Why? Because we all get to that place of wanting to give up. So what do we do about it? The bad news. Bad news is when we give up, we develop a habit. Sometimes it's a very hard habit to break. The good news is we have the power to change that habit. The bad news. Giving up usually happens just before we're about to accomplish the thing that we want to achieve. The good news is when you recognize it early enough, when you feel that you want to give up, when you push through anyhow, that's when you experience it. That's when we experience our greatest joy, by persevering and pushing through. So I wanted to share this today because I want you to understand that there's no successful person ever. Good morning, Zariah. Good morning. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Look at anybody in the world. Anybody in the world, any person that you consider to be successful, anybody that you think that has accomplished anything, anybody who you look up to, admire, want to model, want to be like. Nobody gets through this life without having that feeling of wanting to give up. We all experience it. We experience it in our personal lives. We experience it in the workplace. We experience it in our businesses. We experience it in pursuing education. We experience it. It's a part of life. So what's the difference between successful people and people who are not? One simple thing. Not quitting. Not quitting. Not giving up. Not giving up on yourself. And how do we do that? It's by understanding that failing is part of the process. When we are in a position where we feel that we're failing, it's not failure. It's an opportunity to learn. You know, I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about, this subject. And we talked about the fact that, Edison, who gets credit for a lot of different things that he didn't actually do. But as an example, when it came to creating the incandescent light, the light bulb, the thing that we enjoy right now, he tried over 2,000 some odd times before he found the answer. When he was interviewed and the reporter asked him, he said, well, how did you deal with the failures? Well, even when Napoleon Hill interviewed him for Think and Grow Rich and asked him, how did you deal with the failures? He said, I didn't fail. I just found 2,000 some odd different ways how not to do something. So when you shoot for something, when you're going for something, when you're striving for a goal, if it doesn't work out, it's just a learning process. Many of us give up. Many of us give up when we're just about to cross the finish line. Just there. We did all the work and we poured into it and we put our energy into it and we invested our resources into it and our knowledge and our blood and sweat and tears into it, we get just to the point of success and breakthrough and we give up. So this message today is to encourage you. I want you to understand something. When you feel that way, when you feel like giving up, that's when you got to double down on your commitment. Because when you're feeling that way, that's the enemy trying to defeat you. That's life asking you the question, do you really want this bad enough? Eric Thomas always uses the quote, you got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. How bad do you want it? Life, hey, Clyde Dougherty, good morning. How you doing, first time viewer? Life is not just going to hand it over to you. You got to put some skin in the game. You got to show the world that it's important to you. With a lot of my coaching clients and my mentors that I work with, you know, a lot of people want things, but they don't want to invest anything. We've gotten to a point where we're such a microwave society that we want to have everything in the world with as little possible effort as we can expend. And the reality of it is this, that's just not the way the game's played. That's not how the principles of life play out. Any person that you view in your estimation to be successful, they're not that much different than you are. The difference between them and you is the decisions that they make. The ability to persevere when it looks like all odds are against you. To be able to forge forward when you seem that you're standing alone. So, hey Ryan, good to see you. Good morning. So, it's what do we do when we feel like giving up? What do we do? How do we persevere? How do we stand up? How do we find that inner courage that's inside of us? How do we, build on those seeds of greatness that are planted in each and every one of us to get to where we want to go? But if you foolishly think that you're going to just ask for things of the universe, if you're going to ask the things of the Creator, and you think that you're not going to have to invest in it, you're sadly mistaken. So when you want to give up, think about it. Think about it. You're so much closer than you actually can imagine. Don't be fooled by what you see in the natural. Just persevere. Put the work in. Ryan Cody McMorris is somebody that I look up to. This guy's a boss. He's a boss. And, I follow him. He don't know. He probably doesn't know. But I watch him very closely. And we're connected in an affiliate company. And he gets on. He does wake-up calls. And I look at that and say, man, look. It's not like it's been all gravy for him. He had to come through some things. It's not been all gravy for me. I had to come through some things. I had to really invest and double down, and I had to deal with fears, and I had to deal with all kinds of stuff, being a single father, raising a female, and was working on a job that I really did not like. I liked the people, didn't like the job, but I realized I could never elevate myself to the level that I wanted to be at on a payroll. I was trading my valuable time for a paycheck, and I wasn't going to get it. So, I looked at guys like Ryan McMorris, yes, that's his name, and other people, and then God allowed me to connect with other people that I could model, who are doing what I want to do in the way that I want to do it. So when I want to give up, I look at other people. When I want to give up, I look at people who are not even in my position. So when you want to give up, understand you're closer than you think that you need to be. All right? So I just want to share that with you. As always, you can hop over to my YouTube channel, Hollis205 on YouTube, and you can like this video, and you can like any video that you see on my channel. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button there, so when I upload content, you'll be the first to know. Hit the notification button here so you know when I come on. Like and share this video today because somebody needs this word today. And as always, you shape your outcomes. Take 100% responsibility for self, good and bad, and watch what happens in your life. On that note, I'm Reggie Pegues, ProsperingDad.com, and I'm going to talk to you later.